footballs to tennis balls, a countdown to Flip 2020.
Welcome to the CRHS Robotics Center. I'm Nick along with Max.
This year marks the 19th edition for the CRC Robotics competition. This 3-day student-centered STEM event is held annually in February and centers mostly around robotics, but involves much more than just robots.
In addition to having to program and build a robot for the game portion of the competition, participants must also design and build a website and kiosk, and plan, shoot, and edit a video.
Flip is unlike any of the past challenges designed by the CRC, as this year we don't have an active game piece.
Without an active game piece, how are the teams going to play? Will this change the dynamic of the competition? Will this give some schools an advantage?
Well, it sure will be an interesting game, Nick. Now, let's go to our on-field reporters for an explanation of Flip 2020.
This year, Flip 2020 is a simple game.
There are no multipliers, and your score is whatever is in your team's bucket at the end of the 5-minute heat.
The heat starts with both teams going in their respective zones, and when the whistle blows, they race to the hinge actuator.
The first team to push the hinge actuator starts the conveyor belt in their direction. The conveyor belt then changes direction every 30 seconds. As the conveyor belt rotates, there will be an automatic dispenser dropping beanbags onto it every 4 seconds. The red beanbags are worth 20 points and the black beanbags are worth 200 points.
Robots cannot touch any of the game pieces, so it's all strategy. Teams must use the different actuators in order to control the speed and direction of the conveyor belt.
There are 5 different actuators that teams can use throughout the heat. The first being the hinge actuator. After the heat has started, teams can push the hinge actuator only once to force a change of direction on the conveyor belt.
Behind the starting zone is the chain ball actuator. In order to activate this, teams must push the chain ball onto the pressure plate. When this happens, the drop rate of the dispenser doubles for 20 seconds.
To increase the speed of the conveyor belt, teams can push the mushroom actuator. There are 2 different mushroom actuators per team. If the closer of the 2 is pushed, the speed of the conveyor belt will increase by 1.5 for 20 seconds. If the further of the 2 is pushed, the speed of the conveyor belt will double for 20 seconds.
Located in the middle of the field is the twister actuator.
When teams rotate the twister so that it is perpendicular to the conveyor belt for 3 seconds, the conveyor belt will stop for 10 seconds.
The last actuator is the arch actuator. For the arch, teams must choose before the heat what will occur when they push the carriage down.
Teams can choose to either decrease the speed of the conveyor belt or decrease the drop rate of the dispenser to half its normal speed for 20 seconds. Another option is to drop a black game piece on the conveyor belt.
And that's Flip 2020.
Back to you, Nick and Max.
With such a different game this year, how are teams expected to perform?
Same Outstanding has won it 2 years in a row. But this year, everybody's looking to see if Centennial can finally make it to the top.
Centennial Regional High School is an English public high school located on the south shore of Greenfield Park. In 2014, one of their former students who participated in the CRC convinced the schools to start a team and join the CRC family. Immediately, Centennial surprised everyone winning Rookie of the Year. The team continued to improve, and in 2017 the team placed 5th overall and then 2nd overall in 2018. In 2019, on their home field, expectations were high as their team was filled with veterans, but again, they finished 2nd overall. Now the team is mostly made of rookies, but the expectations are still high. It'll be interesting to see what Centennial can do. They lost a lot of key players, including their team captain and their programmer, who started their own team at Champlain College.
Some of the veterans are going to have to step up this year. Let's see what the captain has to say about it.
Let's get started with what everyone wants to know. How is Centennial going to do this year?
It was a difficult year as there are many new players on the team. We planned a lot and worked hard, but there are way too many variables to really know for sure.
So Centennial's had some pretty high-performing robots the last couple of years. What can you tell us about this year's design?
After lots of prototypes, we decided to go with a 2-wheel drive system powered by 2 16-to-1 gearboxes, balanced with some casters. For both the mushroom and the hinged board actuators, we built a descending arm that can extend beyond our robot by 36 inches to activate the pressure plates.
How are you planning on attacking the carriage on the arch actuator?
We decided to go with a rotational arm attached to a motor to sling the carriage from the bottom back over the arch.
What do you think will be the determining factor to help Centennial succeed?
This year's game is all about strategy and your ability to work with other schools. Hopefully, we haven't created any enemies in the past.
Best of luck during the competition.
Thank you, and let's go Chargers!
Tune into the CRC live stream during the competition to stay up to date on all the scores and standings. Thank you for watching the CRHS Robotics Center. See you next time.